Hi friends, today we will discuss the last part of balance of payment, that is the adjustment mechanism and the theories of balance of payment. See, all the time I told that balance of payment, all the time it should be in balance stage. If it is not in balance stage means it is either deficit or it is in surplus. If it is surplus means it is good only. Export is good and we are getting profit means it is surplus, and surplus is all the time good and it is known as favorable trade. Our country is going towards the favorable trade. And if deficit means import is more means it is known as unfavorable. So surplus means we will not think much. If deficit means we have to think a lot, and we should think how we'll make adjustment, how we'll use make of adjustment mechanism, and we'll get our balance of payment in a balanced stage. See, so for that we took a best method, that is devaluation, what I explained in the before video. If you not check it, please check it. Depreciation, devaluation, I explained it very nicely. So in the adjustment mechanism, this devaluation we took in two approach. One is the elasticity approach and second is the absorption approach. Devaluation, if you'll show means, if you'll see on elasticity approach means you have to read about Marshall-Lerner approach. What is Marshall-Lerner approach? The elasticity approach is associated with them only. They studied that the condition under which devaluation restore equilibrium in the balance of payment. So what is the equation when the balance of payment is in balance situation? Get it? And how we will use the devaluation? The Marshall-Lerner rule states that the price elasticity of demand for imports and export must greater than the unity for an improvement in balance of payment. If we need improvement in the balance of payment, then it is very much necessary, that is what is the export and import, if we will add, it should be more than unity. Unity means 1. So in this situation, for improving balance of payment position by devaluation of domestic currency, the formula is EX plus EM should be greater than 1. EX means the elasticity of export and EM means the elasticity of import. This is all about the elasticity approach. He told in the easy word, they gave the formula that export plus import, it should be greater than 1. If it is less than 1 means we will see the phase of deficit. If we want to make it balance and improvement means all the time we should try export plus import, it should be greater than 1. It should be not less than 1. Then we will see devaluation in the absorption approach. The theory states that if a country has a deficit in the balance of payment, it clearly shows that the people are absorbing more than they produce. How much they are producing, more than that they are absorbing. When a person or family is rich, after their income, if what is their income, after the consumption, if they can save for their future and they can invest in some other comfortable and luxury material, they will consider as rich. But if the country, what the country producing, everything they are absorbing, that means the country is going towards a negative path. So they gave it on the analysis. The analysis can be like that only. Y equal to C plus ID plus X minus M. What I told? The formula is Y equal to C plus ID plus X minus Y. So here Y equal to national income, ID equal to the domestic investment, then C equal to the consumption expenditure, X export and M import. Get it? This equation only we divided into two parts. The first C plus ID we took as A means absorption, and X minus M, export minus import we took as B, that means balance of payment. So here Y equal to A plus B, that means B equal to Y minus A. That means balance of payment is the difference between national income and total absorption. If change in B equal to change in Y minus change in A, the difference Y and A is called the real hoarding. Something we have to save for from our income after the consumption also. Thus the effect of real hoarding, the effect of balance of payment is all the time improving or increasing in income due to the devaluation is equal to the real hoarding in the economy. If we will save, then we will think about export to other countries. We have to think about the better investment further. Therefore, an improvement in the balance of payment can be brought about by reduction in the absorption. Domestic absorption can face automatically as a result of devaluation due to the real cash balance effect. So, money income redistribution. If you try to understand very simply in the absorption approach, very simply they told here they want to told one thing. If what our country is producing, the absorption should be less, that means our production should be that much. After the consumption we have to save something. It like something, the example, if you will go to in morning you have to go for any park, you have to see thousands of people are started walking and everyone is, you will see that very healthy. What is the majority of the people now facing the problem of obesity, means their body weight, they gain more body weight. Thing is that why they gain this body weight, because they are consuming a lot, means how much calorie their body need, more than that they are consuming, so they have to burn that calorie, so that they are running on the work. And if you see some people, you will feel very pity for them. In fact, among them I am also one, but I am not that much. Thing is that if you will not consume more, how much is necessary, if you will take very less fruit, very less dal chawal, how much necessary calorie if you will consume, then betterly we can burn it, and no need to exercise that much of intense exercise, morning work, evening work. For the fitness, how much is necessary, that is okay only. So don't eat and don't go for intense exercise and gym. Better how much necessary, that much only need, and burn the calorie with your daily what to, means say as usual work and be fit. The absorption approach is like that only. Okay, we'll go one last part. Maximum time the master students get this type of question: balance of payment always balance. Just justify the statement. If this type of question will come, you have to write balance of payment all the time balance due to double entry system. You have to explain it with both sense, means balance of payment in accounting sense and balance of payment in operational sense. If you see balance of payment in the accounting sense, balance of payment always balance, because we are making double entry system. In one side debit, in one side credit. You just take it in a very few days you will be work as a lecturer or teacher. You have to see that what is the project. First money came, suppose 15,000 came, get it, 15,000 came means it's credited to your account. So in debit account you can write what is the expenditure of that 15,000. You have to see that something you made other side expenditure or something you kept on your pocket also. You can give 15,000 that debit receipt, because suppose you purchase 5,000 of copies, in 5,000 rupees you purchase any copies and book, there you can add 5,005 also on that receipt, whatever you want. It is a illegal procedure, but you can do it, get it, as it is a double entry system, so easily you can balance both side, debit side and credit side. If you see operational sense, balance of payment is all the time not balance. We have to make it balance through different adjustment mechanism, and basically we use the mechanism of capital account and current account. When I explain, I shows that balance of payment is the combination of a capital account and a current account. We have to see that deficit and surplus, we make adjustment in between the two, get it. Thank you class, this is for today, and finally and successfully we completed the concept of balance of payment. In the next class we will explain the exchange rate. Thank you class. If any doubt is there, please write me on the comment.